perfectionism demanded, or at least in my perspective it was. I thought I needed to appear perfect, like sinless, like I knew the whole Bible from front to back. But honestly, I wasn't all that perfect, and I knew it. And I kind of was a sinner a lot. And so I always felt like I was less than I was supposed to be. And so I wore this mask to try to pretend like I was perfect, because I was afraid. And so I wore the fear of judgment mask. I wanted to appear like I was Wonder Woman, the big W on my chest. I had the tiara, you know the show. She would take the tiara, big Wonder Woman, perfect woman, 6 feet tall, perfect in every way. And she would take her little tiara and use it as a lasso and then boomerang out and come back, and it would take care of all the evil. Well, I didn't have one of those, and I don't think they really exist. So that was a reality. So I would never be perfect, and I needed to get rid of my fear of judgment mask by being real. I kind of tried to pull this off as long as I could, but when I was in my late 40s, my husband of 23 years became terminally ill with a very rare brain disease. And I was used to him being in charge and taking care of things. And I was just the kid who wanted to play and plan the parties and cook and shop and have a good time. And I didn't really want to be in charge. But at the age of 44, I was put in charge of a lot of things I didn't want to be put in charge of. But guess what? My boat tipped over. My little boat that I was in and I was comfortable in, it tipped over. And I wasn't happy about it tipping over because the water was cold and I was uncomfortable in the beginning. But if my boat hadn't tipped over, I wouldn't have been thrown into a world that would make me be bigger than I ever thought I could be. You see, if my boat hadn't tipped over, I would have never knew I could swim that far. And I would have always thought my world was just the size of that little boat. But when it got tipped over, I realized the world's a lot bigger place than my boat. And that's exciting because I found out a lot of things about me. I found out that I could become a Mimi and take care of my grandkids, 2 little tiny babies in the middle of a lot of other crises because my daughter couldn't take care of her children. I found out I could do that. I found out that I could be in an accident and have my back broken in 7 places and my neck broken, have rods put in my back in a 22-hour surgery, take 2 months in the hospital, lose 26 pounds, get out, and have to learn to walk again. If my boat hadn't been tipped over, I would have really never realized how strong I was inside, what I had to get down and pull out of me.